Protect your DNA. BioPQQ can promote formation of new mitochondria. Infowarsstore.com.
But we have to pass the bill so that you can find out what is in it away from the fog of the controversy.
So there is Nancy Pelosi telling the American people that the reason why they need to pass the bill to see what's in it, that's just how it goes. See, we can't tell you what's in the bill until it's passed, so we can see what's in it. That's what Nancy Pelosi said originally when addressing Obamacare. In fact, let's roll that one more time just to hit home. Nancy Pelosi.
But we have to pass the bill so that you can find out what is in it away from the fog of
So
the
there you go.
controversy.
Again, Nancy Pelosi telling you you have to pass the Affordable Care Act, you have to pass the Obamacare bill in order to see what's in it. That's the Democrats telling you that's how to handle Obamacare. That's how you'll find out what's in the health care bill. Now, let's fast forward. This was a story that was actually published 2 days ago, but it just became even more relevant today. Bernie Sanders says the GOP needs to release what's in this bill before they pass it. Well, wait a second. That's exactly what the Democrats did. So here's Bernie Sanders telling the people it's unprecedented what the GOP is doing. It's unbelievable what the GOP is doing. How dare the GOP want to pass a health care bill without releasing the contents of that bill to the public? Except he was silent when the Democrats did that exact thing for Obamacare. So this is just one example of the Democrat hypocrisy with Obamacare. Do as I say, not as I do. But it just got a little richer today because guess what? The GOP has just released their draft of their health care bill. That's right. On the budget, the Senate's budget website, budget.senate.gov, you can go and you can look at the PDF. There it is right there. HR 1628. And it's got all the details in there. How do you like that? That's a long document. They just released it today. I'm not going to act like I read it all. I don't want to read it all either. It's so long. But there you go. They put it out there. They put it on the government website so that the people can see a draft of the health care bill that the GOP is discussing right now. They're dubbing it Trump Care. Really, the left is dubbing it that more than anything. But they're releasing it to the public. They're showing you what they're discussing. They're showing you a draft of the bill they want to pass. Now, I don't know if this bill is going to pass the Senate or not, but the point is, you had Democrats saying we have to pass the bill to see what's in it about Obamacare. Then you had Democrats, it wasn't just Bernie Sanders, Chuck Schumer was crying about it too. You had Democrats crying, oh my gosh, the Republicans aren't showing us what's in the bill before they release it. It must be so bad. It must be the worst thing ever. Even though that's the truth about Obamacare, literally to a T. And then the GOP actually comes out and releases a draft of the bill that they want to sign into law. So I wonder if Chuck Schumer, I wonder if Bernie Sanders, if they will go and look at this 142 pages of the bill that the GOP released today, a draft of the bill they want to pass. Do you think Bernie Sanders and Chuck Schumer will apologize? Do you think Nancy Pelosi will say, hey, wow, unlike Obamacare, we're actually getting to see what's in the bill before they pass it? For some reason, I doubt it. But let's get into some facts about Obamacare that really need to be highlighted, I think, right now, especially during these debates. And the White House's Twitter account is doing a great job hammering home these facts. Like this tweet, fact, the most recent data shows that around 6.5 million Americans paid $3 billion in penalties to the IRS rather than buy the unaffordable Obamacare plans. Think about that, folks. Just think about the notion of that. $3 billion to the IRS for nothing. No coverage, no services, no representation, Just $3 billion flushed down the drain because that's less money than people would have had to spend on health care. Just think about that. Just let that soak in for a second. 6.5 million Americans spent $3 billion to avoid Obamacare because it was unaffordable for them. So much for the Affordable Health Care Act. Of course, what you'll have is the Democrats saying, oh, well, those are the rich people. Those are the rich people that just don't want Obamacare. No, if it was the rich people, they would have paid for Obamacare. That's the point. See, don't you get it now? And it goes on. Again, the White House is tweeting all about it. It talks about how the rise in the cost and premiums is skyrocketing, causing people to drop. It's talking about how there's multiple states now where you're looking at coverage from only one person or only one company. For example, next year, 94 out of 99 counties in Iowa will only have one insurer selling Obamacare coverage with no other choices. And that's just one state. I know that it's bad in other states too. So you've got all of that, Obamacare becoming monopoly care, the Democrats being total hypocrites about it, and it's just failing. It's completely failed Americans. It hasn't helped anybody at all. And they're stealing money from Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac just to pay the bills. So now they've actually taken it a step further, and the website has now just launched a website to repeal the Affordable Care Act, repeal and replace Obamacare. And again, I think that this is just another example of Trump's White House signaling that they are taking this seriously, repealing and replacing Obamacare. Unfortunately, I don't think the Trump constituents really care too much about a website or a notion signaling that you care about repealing and replacing. We just want it done. Okay? Just like taxes. We just want the taxes cut. We don't want to hear about your plans being pushed back another 100 days, pushed back towards deer season, whatever it is. Just get it done. Okay? And I don't even see why this whole repeal and replace notion even exists. Why can't you just repeal it and go back to the way it was before? I'm sorry, was insurance in America bad before? Were people struggling to get health care before? No, they weren't. And there was charity care as well. Now, it just gets worse. Here's a graphic. Talk about what Obamacare did to the economy. Take a look at how the number of immigrants that have come into the United States, and this is just, I assume this study just focuses on legal immigrants. Imagine if you did this study including illegal immigrants or non-citizens. You look at the rate that we've taken immigrants into this country, and then you compare that side by side with the welfare state. That's the bar graphs on the right, guys, if you would actually click those graphs on the right. So you can see the area in red that's highlighted. If you actually click the picture, it'll blow up. I think it will. It's actually highlighting those same dates right there, as you can see. The same spike that you're seeing right there, all-time highs in food stamp participation, can be correlated with the number of immigrants coming into this country. The only thing that I think could be deemed perhaps missing from this study is the illegal immigrant or the non-citizen faction of this, because I would actually believe they're more responsible for the spike in food stamps than actual immigrants that went through the process the right way. But those studies I'm sure will come out. But again, you have to look at this for what it is. That's what you get when you bring more people in here that need stuff. You're going to have to increase your welfare spending. You're going to have to get more people on food stamps. Now, you have Democrats that want a $15 minimum wage. They'll cry about this all day long. But guess what, folks? They won't even pay their own people $15 an hour. So again, this is just the hypocrisy of the Democrats. You know, we need to see what's in the bill before we can pass it, when they never did that. We want $15 an hour minimum wage, but they don't pay that. Now, here's Trey Gowdy admitting that the DNC is obstructing justice.
If they had turned the server over to either you or Director Comey, maybe we would have known more, and maybe there would have been more for you to report. So I guess what I'm asking you is, why would the victim of a crime not turn over a server to the intelligence community or to law enforcement?
I'm not going to argue with you, sir. That was a leading
Because
question.
they're obstructing
and I'll agree
justice.
to be
Trey
led.
Gowdy knows that. Thank you for tuning in. Infowars Nightly News. We'll see you tomorrow.
Check out these amazing deals at InfoWarsStore.com. 25% off BioTrue Selenium, a powerful antioxidant and back in stock Super Blue fluoride-free toothpaste. Now 33% off. And while you're there, check out the Total Oral Care Pack, which combines our organic mouthwash with the amazing Super Blue toothpaste. Now 37% off. All available right now at InfoWarsStore.com.